Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I know it's been a couple of months of me without posting, but I figured since this set is being released that I would pick a box up and open it. So to start off, we get the Rin and Seri box topper, which I am for sure going to make a new commander. It's not focusing very well, but let's just get right into it. So it has been a couple of months since I think my Hearthstone video, but with everything going on and whatnot, I am hoping to start recording more and more once I've dealt with more of the stuff that I have to. But pack one, and I did last night open up a pre-release kit and had a little pre-release, which I do recommend you guys do if you're interested in opening the set. If you've got family or friends that can come over and play, definitely do that. But we're just gonna go straight through the commons, the first 2 or 3 packs, just look through them and then skip right through them. So first off, we have Burn Bright, Rambunctious Mutt, Capture Spear, Onake Ogre, Track Down, Village Rites, oh come on, Silent Dart, Grasp of Darkness, Chandra's Magmutt, which is actually the showcase frame. For each of the 5 planeswalkers in the colors, they will have a showcase frame for some of their cards. And we've got Swift Response, Experimental Overload as our first uncommon, Quirion Dryad as our second, Soul Scar, and See the Truth with a Jungle Hollow and a Beast. So, See the Truths is 1 in a blue for a look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom in any order. If the spell was cast from anywhere other than your hand, put each of those cards into your hand instead. So it's like a better, oh gosh, never mind. But for first pack, that was pretty decent. A showcase frame and a good rare. So, second pack here, we've got Read the Tides, Hobble Fiend, Alpine Watchdog, Drowsing Tyrannodon, Gloom Sour, Mistral Singer, another Chandra's Magmutt, not showcase frame, Return to Nature, Grasp of Darkness, and first uncommon, Selfless Savior, Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest, Lore Scale Codal, and a Mazemind Tome, which is a 2-cost artifact. Tap it, put a page counter on Mazemind Tome, scry 1. Pay 2 and tap it, put a page counter on it, draw a card, and then when there are 4 more page counters on Mazemind Tome, exile it. If you do, you gain 4 life. With a foil mountain, and a Showcase Frame Basri Ketland, which is one of the planeswalkers in the set. Okay, third pack here. Keen Glidemaster, Fern Bright, Rambunctious Mutt again, Walking Corpse, Garruk's Gorehorn, Gale Swooper, Life Goes On, very good card, Duress, Rousing Reed, Sky Scanner, Tormod's Crypt. This is going to have a very big impact on Standard. Gormained, Avon Gagglemaster, and a Grim Tutor, one of the most expensive cards in the set, which has only been printed once. So that is a very good card to pull, especially third pack in. Hopefully the rest of the box is like that. So we're just gonna skip on through the commons and go straight to the uncommons now. That's where all the interesting stuff is. There's been a lot of reprints in this set. So starting off, we have Epitaph Golem, Falconer Adept, Battle Rattle Shaman, and a Showcase Frame Liliana's Standard Bearer. 2 and a black for a 3/1 flash. When Liliana's Standard Bearer enters the battlefield, draw X cards, where X is the number of creatures that died under your control this turn. Let's go there. So it was funny, I was hoping to pull Grim Tutor, but crossing my fingers for the Ugin, of course. Probably one of the better cards in the set, for sure. So starting off with Witch's Cauldron, Fungal Rebirth, Basri's Solidarity, and a Fiery Emancipation, which is the 4th or 5th most expensive card in the set. And oh, come on. And reads, for 3 and 3 colorless and 3 red enchantment mythic, if a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage to that permanent or player. So match that with Torbran and Cavalcade of Calamity, it gets out of hand very, very, very quick. Oh, and we've got our first foil rare, which is another Showcase art, Liliana's Standard Bearer. So we are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs in. 2 foils, one of them is a foil rare, and 2 very expensive mythics. So if we can keep that up, I think this is going to be one of the better boxes I've opened, for sure. So I'll move straight on to the uncommons again. Light of Promise. So it says enchanted creature has whenever you gain life, you put that many +1 counters on that creature. This is probably one of the better uncommons in the set in my opinion, for sure. But moving on to Palladium Mirror, Direfleet Warmonger, and a Containment Priest. So Containment Priest reads, it's as a 2/2 flash for a colorless and a white. If a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. Very, very good card. A foil, Grasp of Darkness, Mountain, and a demon token. So the box came with 2 Jumpstart boosters as well. So came with the Rin and Seri Inseparable promo, a Jumpstart promo, and 2 Jumpstart promo packs. Now, if you were to play with both of them, you would need just 2 people and 2 packs each. And nobody else that I know had bought a box and got the 2 Jumpstart packs, so I just cracked them. And if you are thinking about buying Jumpstart, I would definitely recommend it for sure. So much value in that set and this one. So we're going to move on to Canopy Stalker, Meteorite, Heartfire Immolator, and a Discontinuity, the 3rd mythic of the box. Yeah, this is a very good card in draft. It completely annihilates, but it reads 3 colorless and 3 blue for an instant. As long as it's your turn, this spell costs 2 colorless and 2 blue less to cast. And it says just end the turn, which in draft, if they're gonna have a very big turn, you just play that and they can't do anything else. So 3rd mythic, a foil Duress, very nice, and a showcase to Fairyland. So yesterday in my pre-release packs, I opened up 2 of the 5-color shrines, and I only opened up 1 shrine. Couldn't play it, but I'm hoping to make 5-color. So, as this has relevance to that, this is a Sanctum of Shattered Heights, Indulging Patrician, Angelic Ascension, and Mangara. So that's 2 mythics in a row. We're sitting at 4 now, and they are all very good mythics. And a foil mythic, oh my god. Foil Discontinuity, and a Garruk Showcase land. Here, I'll show that first. Oh my god, okay, so this is... wow. Okay, so we've got a foil Discontinuity and a non-foil. We just need Teferi now, and that would be perfect. I'm gonna keep that there now. Yeah, so I've been watching a few people open up M21 boxes, and I've been pretty pumped looking at the spoilers and whatnot, but I was definitely not expecting to pull a foil rare and mythic. Oh, and we're not even like... we still got so many packs to go. Oh my gosh. Okay, moving on to the uncommons. So we've got Miscast here, Seasoned Hollowblade, Warden of the Woods, and a 2nd Containment Priest. Oh wow, that's perfect. I'm making a mono white deck and I need a few of these. Oh my, another foil. Keen Glidemaster, and a Bloodfell Caves. Okay, so moving on to Jeskai Elder, Silver Smote Ghoul, Riddle Form, and a Brash Taunter. So it is a 4 colorless and a red for a 1/1 indestructible. Whenever Brash Taunter is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent, and you can tap 2 colorless, a red, and tap it, and it fights another target creature. Very good if they've got like an 8/8 or a 7/7 out, because that's just 7 damage to face. Because you could have lethal on board easily with that out. Especially if you gave it... oh, I guess it already has indestructible. Yeah, that's actually a very, very good card in any deck, really. Okay, we've got Miscast again, Hellkite Punisher, Faith's Feathers, and it's a Fairy Master of Time. So that's the 5th mythic of the box, and yeah, I don't think there's any other mythics other than Massacre Worm that I want from this, but there are like 5 or 6 different variants of this Teferi, which probably increases the chances, I'm not too sure, but he's a Planeswalker, and he costs 2 colorless and 2 blue, 3 loyalty. You may activate loyalty abilities of Teferi, Master of Time, on any player's turn, anytime you could cast an instant. +1, draw a card, discard a card. -3, target creature you don't control phases out. And -10, take 2 extra turns after this one. So definitely gonna go in my discontinuity deck. Oh, here we go. A showcase frame Teferi's Protege. It's not an uncommon, but it's a showcase. So, moving on to Archfiend's Vessel, which is ridiculous in Lurrus decks. Furious Rise, Twin Blade Assassin, and Teferi's Ageless Insight. A 2 colorless and 2 blue legendary enchantment. If you would draw a card, except the first one you draw in each of your drop steps, draw 2 cards instead. And an Experimental Overload foil. The Eldritch Moon reprint. Unsubstantiate, Tolarian Kraken, Basri's Solidarity, and Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. 2 and a black for a 1/3 Vampire Cleric. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. And pay 3 colorless and 2 black. Creatures you control gain lifelink until end of turn. Very good in Vampire Tribal. I don't think they have much support in Standard right now, though. Could have used that in Rivals of Ixalan, for sure. They also reprinted Radiant Fountain. But moving on to Tempered Veteran, Bad Deal, Siege Striker, and Stormwing Entity. 3 colorless and 2 blue, 3/3. The spell costs 2 and 2 colorless and a blue less to cast if you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. Flying, prowess, when it enters you scry 2. Great in Drake decks. And a foil Wall of Ruins. So I'm not too sure if those 5 mythics is going to be it, but I hope not. I will never turn down a double mythic. Invigorating Surge. Oh, that's in the uncommon pile. So Invigorating Surge, Volcanic Geyser, Leafkin Avenger, and Gadrak, the Crown Scourge. 2 and a red, 5/4 flying, can't attack unless you control 4 or more artifacts. And at the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each non-token creature that died this turn. Not a great card. Might see play in like the Ready Commander decks though. So, uncommon here. Pestilent, Haze, Chrome Replicator, Eliminate, and Azusa, Lost But Seeking. This is a very good card. 2 and a green for a 1/2. You may play 2 additional lands on each of your turns. So basically, it's just mana ramp stuff, and yeah, it gets out of hand. Especially if you play Spark Double and have an additional copy and draw a bunch of cards to get lands. Turn 4 Ugin, anyone? Yes, please. So, Garruk's Uprising, Thrashing Bronodon, Tide Skimmer, Idol of Endurance. So, 2 and a white for an artifact. When it enters, exile all creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard until it leaves the battlefield. 1 and a white, tap it. Until end of turn, you may cast a creature spell from among those cards exiled with it without paying its mana cost. Not a very interesting card. Not really my taste. Okay. So moving on to Rousing Reed. Oh, that is a common. Okay. So, Miscast, actually. Sanctum of Tranquil Light, which is another shrine. Heartfire Immolator. And Spore Web Weaver. 2 and a green for a 1/4 reach hexproof from blue. When it is dealt damage, you gain 1 life and create a 1/1 green Saproling. Holy moly! That is a showcase frame Solemn Simulacrum. I opened a foil one of these last night, but never hurts to have more for sure. So we are going to move this one there. So we are pretty much halfway through the box now. 5 mythics, 3 showcase cards, and a foil mythic and a foil rare. Not too bad. I'm not disappointed for sure. So, first uncommon, Sanctum of Calm Waters, Meteorite, Liliana's Devotee, and Primal Might. So X and a green for a sorcery. Target creature you control gets +X until end of turn. Then it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Got another showcase card here, or showcase frame from Basri Ket, Basri's Acolyte. So, Unsubstantiate, Falconer Adept, Kinetic Augur, and another Liliana's Standard Bearer. So I've got foil showcase, and a normal one. And another foil rare! Look at that! Teferi's Ageless Insight. So 2 of those now. Never ever gonna turn those down. Oh, weird. That one looks like it's got a little bit of white on there. Interesting. Moving on to Cultivate. Great commander card, and now standard. Seasoned Hollowblade, Warden of the Woods, and Subira Tulzidi Caravaner. 2 and a red for a 2/3 with haste. 1 colorless, another target creature with power 2 or less cannot be blocked this turn. 1 and a red, tap it, discard your hand until end of turn. Whenever a creature you control with power 2 or less deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And a Dismal Black Backwatcher. I'm hoping for a Forbidden Orchard too. Or not Forbidden Orchard. Oh, I can't remember the land, but it's the one they printed in Throne of Eldraine. I think it is Forbidden Orchard, actually. But Furious Rise, Enthralling Hold, Wildwood Scourge, and Basri Ket. Perfect! My mono white deck is coming together. So, he is a 1 and 2 white Planeswalker. +1, put a +1/+1 counter onto 1 target creature. It gains indestructible until end of turn. -2, whenever 1 or more non-token creatures attack this turn, create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. And -6, you get an emblem with at the beginning of combat on your turn. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. It's an amazing card, and I'm happy I finally got it. And a foil Legion's Judgment. So it is needless to say that I could probably end the box opening here and be completely happy with my pulls, but for the sake of not posting, I will not do that. So first uncommon, Canopy Stalker, Burl Fist Oak, Watcher of the Spheres, and Chandra's Incinerator. So it's a 5 and a red for a 6/6 elemental. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponents this turn. Trample, whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker that player controls. I think there's some way to get it out on turn 3 with Lightning Bolt and another Lightning Bolt or something. I read it somewhere, but Yeah, I mean, a 6/6 trample for 1, possibly, on turn 3 is decent, you could say. Moving on to Obsessive Stitcher, Carrion Grub, Teferi's Tutelage, and a showcase frame, Chandra, Heart of Fire. Okay, this is almost an 8 mythic box, and this is insane. So she is 3, and this is actually the first Chandra I have ever opened. 3 colorless and 2 red, 5 loyalty, +1. Discard your hand, then exile the top 3 cards of your library until end of turn. You may play cards exiled this way. +1, again, Chandra, Heart of Fire deals 2 damage to any target. And -9, search your graveyard and library for any number of red instant and or sorcery cards, exile them, then shuffle your library. You may cast them this turn, add 6 red to your mana pool. She is very good. I like her. Definitely go in my mono red deck. Mono red commander deck. Okay, moving on to the uncommons. Another Tormod's Crypt, can never have enough of those. Soul Seer, Goremount, and another Solemn Simulacrum. So that's 3 that I have now. Never gonna turn those down. Love that card. So Alpine Houndmaster, Unleash Fury, Malefic Scythe, and another See the Truth with a foil Wildwood Scourge. So we are down to 3, 6, 9 packs left. Let's see if we can pull off an 8 or 9 mythic box. Another showcase frame, Basri's Acolyte. So we got Fungal Rebirth, Experimental Overload, Fierce Empath, and another Subira with a foil Portcullis Vine, and another Teferi Land. You know what, we're gonna move these over there, make a smaller pile. Starting off with a Griffin Aerie, Havoc Jester, Shipwreck Dowser, and a Volcanic Salvo. 10 and 2 red for a sorcery. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control, and it deals 6 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and or planeswalkers. Great removal spell if you've got a bunch of creatures out. Other than that, I don't think it would see too much play in Constructed. Maybe in Sealed, but who knows. So, Tavern Swindler, Unleash Fury, Watcher of the Spheres, Peer into the Abyss. 4 and 3 black for a sorcery. Target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half their life. Round up each time. Very great card. Made a combo with it on Arena. Okay, so we are down to the 7th pack. Starting off with Rewind, Silver Smote Ghoul, Riddleform, and a Hooded Blightfang. A 1/4 with Death Touch for 2 and a black. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker. Goodbye Teferi. Goodbye everything. Just make it unblockable. Starting off with another Sanctum of Tranquil Light, Witch's Cauldron, Aven Gagglemaster, and a Karvik the Spiteful. 2 and 2 black for a 3/2 human warlock. Other creatures get -1/-1. Not very exciting, that one is. Moving on to Chandra's Pyroling, Pestilent Haze, Rain of Revelation, and a Pack Leader. Yes, Doggos all the way. Definitely putting that in my commander deck that I'm making with Rin and Ciri. So it is a 1 and a white for a 2/2. Other dogs you control get +1/+1 whenever Pack Leader attacks. Prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn to dogs you control. He is a very good boy, and it shows. He wants to protect everyone. Okay, moving on to... Oh, it looks like we've got another showcase card here. Garruk's Uprising. Volthound, Basri Solidarity, and a Temple of Mystery. I don't think I have this temple yet, but I'm not going to complain about that. And a foil Bone Pit Brute. So, final 3 packs. Come on, give me another Teferi. Or Ugin. Starting off with Kitesail Freebooter, Trader's Greed, Conclave Mentor, and Demonic Embrace. Colorless and 2 black, enchanted creature gets +3/+1, has flying, and is a demon. In addition to its other types, you may cast Demonic Embrace from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs. Final 2. All we can hope for is Ugin. Epitaph Golem, Carrion Grub, Waker of Waves, Feline Sovereign, 2 and a green for a 2/3 cat. Other cats you control get +1/+1 and have protection from dogs. Whenever one or more cats you control deal combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Always happy to get a cat, but final pack. So no foil in this one, but maybe we can get something good out of this one. Skyway Sniper, Angelic Ascension, Direfleet Warmonger, and a Niambi, Esteemed Speaker. So, white and a blue for a 2/1 flash. When it enters the battlefield, you may return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, you gain life equal to that creature's converted mana cost. 1 white, blue, tap, discard a legendary card, draw 2 cards. Okay, so that was the Core 2021 booster box opening. A recap of all the amazing cards we pulled. We got a foil rare, foil mythic, well, 2 foil rares, and foil mythic. And for mythics we got Chandra Heart of Fire, Basri Ket, sorry, so Basri Ket, Teferi Master of Time, Discontinuity, Mangara the Diplomat, Fiery Emancipation, and Grim Tutor. So, if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I will try to keep to a schedule, but I will see you guys in the next video.